Hey, welcome to my little brick house. It's Sunday, February 8th, 2026, and it's been a while since I posted a floss tube. Sorry about that. There's been a lot going on. We've been passing colds around in the house, and it's been freezing in this back room, even with my little gas heater there. It's still pretty cold back here, and this is like the only room where I get good lighting to be able to show you my projects. So we're here in the frozen tundra of New Jersey. It's been literally like ice for over a week. We got about a foot of snow a little over a week ago, and it's just not going away. And was this morning when I let the dog out at like 5:30 in the morning, because that's when he has to go apparently. It was 6 degrees, but because of the wind it felt like -11 according to the app. So the ice queen will not leave. It's hanging around. Queen Elsa is here and freezing everything. And we got a little bit of snow, not last night, but the night before. But it wasn't like, it was just a dusting. It wasn't like the foot of snow that we got before. But yeah, so it's pretty cold here. And I'm sure some of you live in areas where you get a lot more snow and it's cold a lot more. But I feel like in New Jersey, we haven't had this much snow and it hasn't been this cold in a really long time. I'm talking like a couple decades. But so we're not really used to this here. And everybody's had a really hard time clearing the roads and the driveways and the sidewalks and all, just because it wasn't like snow, it was ice. It was solid ice. So I'm hoping that things will warm up. I love winter. I love cold. I love snow, but it's even too cold for me. So I'm hoping that it warms up a little bit more this week. I have a lot to show you since it's been a while, and a lot has been going on. My daughter performed with the All South Jersey Symphonic Band a couple weeks ago, and that's that's when the snow started, because we were driving home from that concert and it was snowing so hard that on the main highway, where the speed limit is like 65 miles an hour, everybody was going 15 miles an hour. It should have taken us less than like 45 minutes to get home. It took us like an hour and a half. And it was just, there were accidents all along the highway. Like it was crazy. It was crazy. But she did a fabulous job. The songs were amazing. It was such a great experience for her. She really enjoyed it. And we really enjoyed the concert. And it's musical season. So my kids are in the pit orchestra for their high school musical. They're doing Cinderella this year. And my school is doing a musical called The Ever After. It's it's supposed to be like a spoof on talk shows, like the old talk shows, like Sally Jesse Raphael, Ricky Lakes, Jerry Springer, but it's with the fairy tale characters coming back to, like, the evil queen comes to make amends with Snow White, and the stepsisters come to make amends with Cinderella, and it's a really funny show, and the kids are doing a really great job. We got about a month left of rehearsals, and then we'll do one performance, but that's been taking up a lot of time in the evenings after school rehearsals and things. So then my weekends kind of just have been coming and going, and I'm like, I didn't get a chance to make a floss tube. What is going on here? So here I am finally, and I have so much to share with you. First off, I wanted to say thank you to Annette. She has been purchasing all of my original designs off my Etsy shop. almost immediately as I post them. She's a wonderful customer, and she's growing to be a good friend. On Instagram, she posts all her projects that she's working on. Her Instagram account is Needles Lane Homestead. You want to look her up and follow her because she's always posting. She posts almost every day what she's working on. But she sent me a really cute thank you card, and she sent me the cutest pair of knitted socks ever. Are these not the cutest things? And they're blue, which is my favorite color, and she hand knitted them, and I'm just in awe. I've always wanted to learn how to knit. I've especially wanted to learn how to knit socks, and that's the one craft that I just can't seem to get the hang of yet, but I will. But she made these for me, and I just can't get over how wonderful they are. And they're so warm, and so with all this snow, they've been keeping my feet super warm while I stitch. And I just wanted to say thank you so much, Annette. It really just absolutely made my day to get this in the mail, and I love them. Thank you so much. And I wanted to share some haul with you. I stocked up. Last time I think I showed you, I stocked up on my trims from Purple Paper Mountain. And this time I stocked up on fabric from Needlework with Jim and Hand Dyes by Jim. And they have a Facebook group with a QR code if you want to try and scan that and become a part of that if you've bought fabric from them. And the fabric is just so nice and so easy to work with. And I just wanted to show you what I got. This is Lugana 32 count Sahara Dust, and I got some Country Mocha Lugana 32 count, and the fabric is a decent size. I'll unfold one and show you, so you could get lots of projects out of that, lots of smalls or one big. I got Jubilee 28 count black. And then this one I thought was a really pretty color. This is Edinburgh 36 count deep terracotta. How pretty is that? I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't know what I'm going to do with any of this stuff, but, you know, isn't that how we do? We shop and then we figure out what we're going to do with it. I got 32 count Lugana Cocoa. So just like a darker brown than the Country Mocha. Cinnamon Roll, 32 count Lugana Cinnamon Roll, which is like a little brighter brown. Could do anything with those. I got 28 count Mushroom. And Edinburgh 36 count Country Mocha. So that's Needlework by Jim, Hand Dyes by Jim, and they have an Etsy shop, and that's where I get the fabric from. And they do sales from time to time, so their prices are really good, and you're going to want to check them out. Somebody else you're going to want to check out is this. It's not stitch related, but I just wanted to share it with you because I like it so much. This is Mystical Blossoms Coconut Chai Mix. And I've been putting it in my coffee. I put a teaspoon in my coffee every morning, and it is so good. It is so good. It has organic coconut milk, turmeric powder, ashwagandha, black pepper, cinnamon, cardamom, cloves, allspice, nutmeg, and ginger. And it is just adds a little bit of extra flavor to the coffee. It says add to milk, coffee, or smoothies. And they do have a website. It's mysticalblossoms.com. And it is yummy, yummy. So you're going to want to check that out and add that to your coffee in the morning for extra healthy kick. It's supposed to be immune boosting, so we've been needing that around here with all the germs going around this winter. So I wanted to share that with you. And I have a bunch of WIPs that I've been working on and a bunch of finishes, and I have a couple of new charts that I wanted to share with you that are posted in my Etsy shop. So I'll start with my finishes. All right, here's a fully finished. This was Sweet Wing, Love One Another, and I finished it off. Try to get it without the glare there for you. I finished it off on 34 count pink sand linen with all the called for colors, except I did substitute one because the two of the colors looked so close. They called for 938 and 838, which looked almost exactly the same to me. So I wanted a little bit of difference. So I took out the 838 and I substituted 840, which is the lighter brown, so that there would be more of a contrast there. But I love how it turned out. And I put it on my hope chest in the middle of my living room with my little tray display. And it just looks so great there. So that was Sweet Wing Studio. And then I did, a little late because Christmas is over, but I did finish Peace and Goodwill. I did not fully finish it off, but I finished the stitching and I absolutely love it. It's so cute with the little cardinal, and the bow and the wreath. That was just so much fun to work on. And then you got the little house with the little snowman, the reindeer, everything, the little pear, everything just so cute on that. And that, let me look at my notebook because I wrote everything down so I would know what to tell you, because I'm being real good about keeping track of things now. This is on Winter's Brew by R&R Reproduction, 32 count linen with all the called for colors, except I switched out the light khaki with B5200. The light khaki was Weeks Dye Works, but it didn't show up on my fabric as well as I wanted. So I switched it out with DMC B5200 so that you could see the white snowflakes and the white snow a little bit better. So that's that. And those are, I think, the only ones that I finished stitching. The rest are all WIPs. So I wanted to show you my WIPs, and I'm going to start with Satsuma Street. So if you've been watching my other floss tubes, you know that I've been trying to do designers that I have not done before. I'm a fairly new stitcher. I've only been stitching for maybe 3 or 4 years now, maybe 3 years. 3 years. And I've done a lot of Plum Street samplers. In fact, I have a couple Plum Street samplers to show you today in my WIPs. And I've done a lot of like Primrose Cottage. But I wanted to branch out a little bit with designers because there's so many patterns out there and there's so many cool designs, and I don't want to get stuck on just one designer. I want to try them all because I'm greedy like that. So this was Satsuma Street, Pretty Little Barcelona. I bought the patterns for all of the places that I've been. So I have Barcelona, I have Italy, I have Greece, I have I think Paris, and this is the first one of this series that I am trying, and it certainly has a lot of colors. Let me show you how many colors. They don't even fit. This is like a big ring, but there are so many different colors, but they're all so pretty and they're so bright, and it's like so happy to work on. I love bright colors. Even though I don't always decorate my house with bright colors, I really want to work some into my decor. So this is how far I've gotten. I just got the top going, and it's a lot of color changes, so it's working up a little bit slower than the others, but still, it's so pretty. It's easy to work on because the colors are so bright and the fabric is light colored, and it's easier for my eyes to see what I'm doing. So I really like that one. That one is done on hang on, I wrote it down somewhere. Hold on. Pretty Little Barcelona. I did it on 28 count natural linen. And it took me a while to get all of the fabric colors because there were so many, and when I went to Michael's, it was like the ones that I needed, they were out of. But I shopped at the store of Mom, and she found the colors that I needed, and she shared them with me. So when in doubt, shop at your mom's, and she'll have what you need. So that's Pretty Little Barcelona. And then I've been working on, this is the Scarlet House, had a freebie on their website, and it's called Land That I Love. This is what it looks like. That's the freebie, the Scarlet House. And here's how far I've gotten. Let me move Hello Kitty out of the way. Let's see if I can move Hello Kitty. I love my Hello Kitty. There we go. So I got all of this. I have done all of this black. The last time I showed it to you, I finished the blue section here. So this time I finished all of the black scenery there and the words. And so now all I have left to do is fill in with the stripes. So that's coming along. And it's only 4 colors. And I substituted, that's my dog clicking his nails on the floor, if you hear that. Sorry about that. I substituted the, she's got on here, Gentle Art Soot. But I was doing the DMCs, and it calls for 317, but I wanted something that was a little bit brighter blue. So I substituted with 312 for that. See, aren't I getting good at telling you everything? The next one, I'm also really enjoying this next one. If you know me, I love sushi. Sushi is the best in the world. So I picked up this pattern, Puntini, I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Sushi Save the Earth series. So it says Save the Earth. It's the only planet with sushi. And this one's, I got pretty far on this one yesterday. I worked on it a little bit more. I got all the outlines for the sushi there. And most of the words are done. So all I have left to do is sushi and then the sushi that's on the bottom. So I have to fill in my sushi still, but this one is a lot of fun to work on too. I really enjoy this. And this is done on 32 count Lugana Stormy Night. So it's like kind of a grayish mottled fabric. And I am using all of the called for colors for this one. So the called for colors are sushi colors. There's black for the lettering and green, and then there's the fish colors for the sushi, the greens for the cucumbers or avocados, whatever. Very yummy looking. It makes me want sushi to work on this pattern. Actually just had sushi 2 days ago. Ordered from Sam's Club. Sam's big tray, and then me and the kids have sushi for dinner. Not that you care about that, but I'm sharing anyway. The next one I want to show you is, I got a lot done on this one since the last time I showed you. This one is a Plum Street sampler, and it's Flag Flock. Oh no, I left the picture clipped to my my light in the living room, so I don't have the picture to show you. But here's how far I got. I struggled a little bit last night with threads knotting and the quarter stitches. Oh my gosh, they're so tiny. And I didn't get as much done last night. Last night I only got this part done, and I filled in a little bit of the flag there. But since the last time you saw it, I only had the start of the flag, the date, the berries, and the outline of the berries and the leaves. So I got all of this done since the last time you saw it. The little stars, they're so cute. And look at the sheep. And I started the second sheep and the eagle yesterday. So that's coming along. Oh, my needle minder's upside down. So this was a gift from my mom for Christmas. She gave me from Steno Stitches. She gave me this nice stitchy portfolio, and it came with a matching needle minder. And she knows I love winter and I love snowmen, so she picked out the perfect one for me. It's beautiful. I love it, and my project fits in there perfectly in the hoop. So I don't have to take my hoop. I know some people like to take them out of the hoops so that it doesn't damage the fabric, but I find that if I leave it in the hoop, I'm more likely to work on it. So I try to leave them in hoops if I can. It's just easier and quicker, and when you have limited time and you just want to stitch, that's what I do. So that was Flag Flock, Plum Street Sampler, and that was on 28 count vintage country mocha Lugana, and I'm doing all the called for colors. Except I didn't have the Weeks Dye Work charcoal. I substituted the called for DMC thread, which was 3021. And I'm doing 2/2 on that. And let's see, two more. I have 2 more WIPs. See, I have a lot of WIPs. I have not gotten much done on this since the last time you saw it, but I did get some done, so I'll show you. This is Spring Moon by Plum Street Sampler. Here's all the threads, the beautiful blues. This has so many pretty blues in it, and blue's my favorite color, so of course I'm doing that. And I'm just going to show you the section that I've been working on here. I had, if you watch my previous floss tubes, I had this whole half on this side done, and so I've finished the bunny and the blue tulip here, and I started some of the stars up here. So I didn't get much done on that, but progress is progress, and it counts. So that's what I got done on that. My last WIP that I want to show you, I am absolutely in love with, and it's going to take me a really long time to finish this one, but I don't care because I love it, and I love the saying on it, and it's almost like therapeutic to work on it and to be thinking about the words as I work on it. So this is Live on Little by Plum Street Sampler. It's a big piece, and it's going to have a lot of fill-in, and the words are, how great the blessing and vast the art to live on little with a thankful heart. And but I'll tell you, I really needed that this week because I found that I'm complaining a little too much, and this just made me do a self-check and say, you know, I am extremely thankful for everything, all the blessings in my life right now, and that I need to stop, complaining about what we don't have and focus on what we do have, and how wonderful it is to just sit in gratitude over that. So here's what I got done. Threads, sorry. Oh, so I had a nightmare that I stitched this whole thing and ran out of fabric at the bottom. So I could show you. So it stressed me out. So I stitched all the way across, I stitched the vine all the way across the top, the vine border, and I stitched all the way down one side just to make sure I had enough fabric for this. So you can see it's going to be a big one. So I had to make sure I had enough fabric, and thank the Lord I do. It went all the way down to the water at the bottom there, and then all the way across over here, finished all the way to the corner, and I've got more than enough fabric. And then I finished the first page. The pattern is split into 9 pages. And I finished the first page with the border, with the flowers and the stars and some of the words. Oh, I just love it. It's just beautiful. The colors are beautiful, and I can't wait to finish it and hang it somewhere in my house where I can look at it all the time and be reminded of how much God has blessed us. That is a major project for me, and I don't even care. I love it. I'm doing that on the called for fabric, which is 36 count hog bristle from Fox and Rabbit, and I am doing it with all the called for colors. If I don't have the specialty thread, then I'm using the called for DMC, and I'm doing it with 1 thread over 2, and I will keep you updated on my progress with that. So I've been working on each project, like on the weekends. I'll spend a little bit of time on every project, and then during the week, I don't have as much time to stitch. I pick one project, and all work week I work on that one project. So this week it was Live on Little was the project that I worked on each night this week. And then this weekend I've been spending an hour or so on each project to just give it a little push. So those are my WIPs. So I don't have much left to show you. I'm just going to show you my new charts from my Etsy shop. And that's going to wrap up for today. It's a quick one, and it's actually getting really cold in here, even with my heater on. So I'm going to finish up quickly here. The last chart, I think that I showed you, well, no, I think I showed you two of my most recent charts. So this one was my Happy New Year's chart. It's from a vintage postcard, and it's inspired by a vintage postcard, because it's not exact, but it's a rose, and I'm really happy with how this rose turned out. It's the dimensions with the colors and everything, it really looks better than I thought it was going to look when I was designing it. So we've got some roses there, and we've got the calendar page that says January 1st, and it is trimmed with pink chenille trim, and just some like sort of repro feed sack fabric that I had in my stash, and I made a little pillow out of it. And this is Happy New Year, and this is in my Etsy shop. And then I think I also showed you this one, which is Cupid's Home. This is my first Valentine's project, and it is also loosely inspired by a vintage postcard. And he's in his home, which is shaped like a heart with shutters, with heart cutouts, and he's hanging a heart garland out the window. And there's some blue flowers climbing up the front of his home. And I just love the way this turned out too. And I just did this simply in a little pillow with a plaid homespun on the back. So that was my first Valentine's design, and that is also in my Etsy shop under the title Cupid's Home. And then my newest design is Sweet Valentine, which is loosely inspired by a vintage Valentine, and it has bluebirds with little hearts and flowers. And I don't know if you can see the rosettes there. There's some back stitching in there, in the pink rosebuds there, and it is lined with gold and then lace, which is done with ecru. You can see the lace pattern around the end, and there's a rose at the top, and it says Sweet Valentine in the middle. And I finished this off with a little bit of red homespun, and I have a really good, I think, good display idea for this. So you're going to want to follow my Instagram account, which is the same name, In My Little Brick House. And if it works, I'm going to be posting pictures of it. So make sure you follow my Instagram account so you can see how I display this off, or how I display this, okay? So that's Sweet Valentine. The title of that pattern is Sweet Valentine, and that is also in my Etsy shop. And I'm working on some more new designs. I have some great ideas for some St. Patrick's designs, and hoping to get that design and stitched within the next couple weeks so I can show that to you. You have time to stitch it. These are smalls, so you still have a week until Valentine's Day, so you would have plenty of time to stitch this up and display it before Valentine's Day, or just get the pattern and stitch it for next Valentine's Day. Sometimes I like to stitch patterns during the holiday for the holiday, but it doesn't necessarily get done that holiday, but then I enjoy it the next year, right? So it's all about what you enjoy about stitching, right? Relaxing and resting and stitching what you enjoy. It's supposed to be for funsies, and I have to be reminded of that as well, because sometimes I'm like, I have to get this done, I have to get this done, but that's not what it's about. It's about doing what you enjoy, relaxing, and making something with your hands. So I do have to remind myself to relax sometimes, but I enjoy it so much, and I enjoy the design process and the stitching it up, finishing off, and then coming on here and showing it to you. And you all are just so supportive and encouraging. I know I say this every Flosstube video, but it's the truth. I have not met a community that is so encouraging and supportive all the time as this one here. So I really appreciate all the comments that you leave. I enjoy the conversations that we have and meeting you all, and you're just so fabulous. So thank you so much for all the support that you've shown me. That's pretty much all I have to show you for today. I'm sorry it's a short one. I'm hoping I'll be able to do another one in a couple of weeks. I'm reading, I usually talk about books and TV. So I'm reading Jane Eyre, and I'm not getting very far with it. I am enjoying it, but just been so tired when I go to bed. I'm collapsing and not actually reading. But I am enjoying it, and I'm about like 125 pages in. But it's like it's got 640 pages or something like that. Ridiculous. So it's going to, and I'm a slow reader, so it's going to take me a long time to finish that. But so far, it's been interesting enough to keep me intrigued. I want to see what happens next. And I've been totally obsessed and addicted with watching Bridgerton, and they just released the first 4 episodes of season 4. So I have been binge watching that over and over and over. I'm sure my kids are tired of hearing about it, or hearing it as they walk through the room. But there's just something about the costumes, the dresses that they're wearing, so intricate and so pretty, and the colors are so bright. It's probably not historically accurate. I mean, nothing about the show is historically accurate, but the colors are happy, and the costumes are amazing, and I enjoy the music. The kind of cheesy, but the pop songs played by string quartets and things, like I like the strings music. So it's nice to listen to the strings music while I'm stitching and peek up and see the beautiful costumes. So that's Bridgerton season 4. I'm waiting for the second half of season 4, which is supposed to come out in a couple weeks, I think. But they left you with a cliffhanger there, so I'm looking forward to that. And that's pretty much it. That's been going on in my little brick house. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed seeing all of my WIPs, and I hope you enjoy seeing my new designs. And these are all in my Etsy shop, which is by the same name, In My Little Brick House. And I hope to see you there. I hope to see some comments, and let me know what you think. And I will see you soon. Have a good couple of weeks and be blessed.